Welcome to the Christian Sports Podcast. Week 14 of the NFL season did not disappoint. We had blowouts, upsets, shutouts, and a complete shootout in Buffalo. Let's break down every single game, why teams won, why they lost, and the biggest moments from the week. Here's the game-by-game breakdown. The Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30. The Lions won because Detroit's offense straight up just exploded. Explosive plays, perfect protection, and the run game. In a run game that the Cowboys defense could never even slow down. The Cowboys lost because the defense got torched very, very early, and by the time Dallas adjusted, Detroit had full momentum. The Titans versus the Browns. The Titans, well, hit it one more time. The Titans beat the Browns 31-29. That was another complete shootout. The Titans won because clutch scoring late, a balanced run attack, and key defensive stop in the final minutes. The Browns missed an opportunity in the red zone, and Tennessee couldn't stop late drives. The next game was the Seahawks versus the Falcons. The Seahawks beat the Falcons 37-9. The Seahawks won because of total domination. Seattle defense created turnovers, and the offense scored consistently in all fourth quarters. The Falcons lost because they had no rhythm, no big plays, and too many mistakes. The Jaguars beat the Colts 36-19. The Jaguars won because Jacksonville played completely clean, efficient football. Trevor Lawrence stayed hot, and the defense shut down Indy ground game, which is basically their bread and butter. The Colts lost because they couldn't run the ball and fell behind early, forcing them into predictable passing situations. The Vikings straight up absolutely crushed the Commanders 31-0. The Vikings won because a complete defensive masterpiece, a shutout. The offense completely controlled the clock and never let Washington straight up even get a breather. The Commanders lost because they had no offense, no points, and no answers to the Vikings' unstoppable offense with Jay Jettis going off. The next game was the Bills versus the Bengals. The Bills won because Buffalo made the adjustment and delivered on the last possession. Josh Allen was completely unstoppable, while the Bengals lost because one defensive stop was all they needed, but they just couldn't get it. Still a great fight, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was one of the best games I ever seen. The next game was the Saints versus the Buccaneers. I could have sworn the Buccaneers was going to come out with this one, but the Saints beat them boys 24-20. The Saints won because of their gritty divisional win, a defensive step up late, and the offense leaned onto the run game to close it out. The Buccaneers lost because they had too many field goals and not enough touchdowns. Steelers versus Ravens. The Steelers beat them boys 27-22. The Steelers won because Pittsburgh played physical, forced a huge turnover, and made the key plays late. The Ravens lost because of their red zone struggles and their costly turnovers in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins beat the Jets 34-10. The Dolphins won because Tua was completely sharp, the run game looked strong, and Miami's speed was just too much for New Jersey's favorite team, the Jets. The Jets lost because of their offense stalled out late and couldn't match Miami's completely fast-paced action. The Broncos squeezed right by the Raiders. 24-17. The Broncos won because of Denver controlled the tempo, protected the football, and played a complete, clean defensive game. The Raiders lost because of turnovers and mental mistakes in key moments. The next, Houston defense shut down Kansas City's big plays and forced Mahomes into complete short throws. The Chiefs lost because they had zero rhythm, couldn't stretch down the field, and the offense looked completely flat. But do y'all want me to write a post-game script for tonight? Just ask, man. If this gets to like 10 views, I'll do it. But here is the Christian Sports Podcast Game of the Week, and it is, drumroll please, the Bills versus the Bengals. This was an absolute shootout from the start to the finish. Playmakers everywhere, back and forth momentum. Buffalo closed it out. And the upset of the week was the Texas over the Chiefs. Nobody saw it coming. Kansas City Chiefs offense look completely struggled from start to the finish. And here's the offensive player of the week, and it is, drum roll please, Josh Allen of the Bills. And he's the offensive player of the week because their elite performance in big throws, big runs, and clutch when it completely mattered. When the game was on the line, there's not really another quarter. How could I forget about Josh Allen? I completely forgot about Josh Allen. No. So that means no. He is not. And the defensive player of the week is not really players. It's more like a whole team. And that is the Vikings defense because they completely shut out in today's NFL, which is extremely rare in a complete total team masterclass. The catch of the week is that one Saints wide receiver that had a sideline toe tap touchdown versus the Buccaneers. Perfect placement, insane balance, and highlight reel stuff. Moment of the week was the Lions' 44-point explosion versus the Cowboys. A statement win for Detroit and a major NFC message. But now let's get into something even more realer. Here is the Bible verse of the whole entire week. It is Psalms 42, verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very presence and present help in trouble. What this means is no matter what pressure you're facing, God is your strength, your calm, and your confidence. You're not fighting your battles alone. And this has been the Christian Sports Podcast. I'm out.